Alright everyone, welcome back. We've got another lesson today, and this one is concerning the imperative of the verb, which is called fi'l al-amr. Fi'l al-amr. And fi'l al-amr is it's basically the present tense of a verb, but it's in a command form. So those of you that are interested in verbs, which I think every Arabic student should be interested, highly interested in verbs, because without the verb, there's no success in Arabic. The verb is the foundational block of the asas of all the Arabic language. Today we're going to talk about the imperative from the side of Form 1. Okay, so Form 1, if you can imagine all verbs being there are 10 verb forms. Okay, 10 verb forms. Any verb is going to fit into one of the 10 verb forms. So this is Form 1. Form 1 makes up over 50% of all Arabic verbs in use. So, therefore, 50%, actually it's like over 55%, that means that Form 1 is going to dominate, and you need to know Form 1. Definitely know Form 1. Form 1 is the basis as well of the 10 forms. So, this is a important verb form. Notice the characteristics of Form 1. Form 1 is 3 letters. All 3 letters, all the time. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. واحد, اثنين, ثلاثة, ميم, سين, كاف. In this order. That makes up this particular verb. So whenever you talk about somebody, you hear a teacher talking about, or somebody in Arabic talking about the jadr, or the root, this is the jadr, the 3 letters found in Form 1. Now, you might say this one doesn't have 3 letters. Well, it actually does, because this on the end is a shadde, and the shadde is a doubling of the letter. So actually the root here is ha, ta, ta. That's the 3-letter root. Ha, ta, ta. Okay? And they just put it like this because it's easier to say than hatata, for example, which would be ha, ta, ta with all fathas. This is just hat, so that's easy. All right, so Form 1, that's what we're going to look at today. Now, let's take these and we're going to separate them up. First off, we're going to look at these first 2. In Form 1 verbs, in the present tense. Now, past tense is mostly going to take fathas, except for maybe a couple like this one. There's a few verbs, Form 1 verbs, that in Fusha, in the written Arabic, will be verbs like fahima, he understood. But in Ammiya, in spoken, they always will become fihim, with the kesra, double kesra. Likewise, this one in Fusha is nesiya, okay? But the thing is, in spoken, it only takes the kesras. It's just, there's reasons behind that, we're not going to get into them today. But for the sake of simplicity, just know that nisi, there are other verbs like this with all kesras that are past tense. Okay? So, here, the first 2, though, we're going to look at, these 2 take what's known as the kesra. So you have 3 different vowel markings. You have fatha in Arabic. Fatha, kesra, and dammi. Fatha is a short a. Kesra, short e or I, and then u. These are all short vowels, u. Okay? The long vowel for these are these. Okay? Alright? A, I, u. So it's a, I, u. A, I, u. Alright? So here that represents the yeah. And let's look at it here. So, what's going to happen is, on the command form for first form, you're going to add an aleph with a hamzah and that kesra. Okay? Then you're going to put a sukoon on the first letter and a kesra. For this one, a kesra. So, this is what's going to change depending on the verb. You have to know what each verb in the Form 1 might take. You have to memorize it. This one takes a kesra. However, some verbs like this one takes a fatha, and we'll look at that in a minute. But here, these 2 take kesras. So, imsik. When we say takes kasra, we're talking about the middle, the second of the three root letters. Takes, what does it have? Fetha, damm, or kasra, above or under to what? This is kasra. So, imsik. Now, if we're talking about, now of course, command form is all second person. It's all second person. You're talking to someone. It could be a male, singular, female, singular, or plural, which means two or more people. So, imsik. Imsik means he grabbed, or he grabbed, or he what's the other? Grabbed or like grabbed or caught. Yes, thank you. Caught the ball. So grabbed or caught. All right. So here we go. This is for you here because I'm pointing. See the hand here pointing to this person like you. All right. So imsik, imsik, imsik. All right, is for a boy. Imsik, or for a male. Okay. Imsik. For a girl, imsiki. So what we do with this is we add a ya. Imsiki, 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 imsik, imsiki. If you're talking to a girl, you have to add the ya. You have to do it. If you don't add the ya, the girl's going to get upset. If she's an Arabic girl, no Arabic girl wants to be referred to with unless as a female. As a male, she doesn't like that. Same thing with the guys. Don't say imsiki to a guy. That's a bad thing. So, imsik, imsiki, imsiku. The plural, simply you take this and add wow and this fatha, which basically means ooh, ooh. Imsiku, imsiku. But it's not a long, it's read like long, but it's not. It's just imsik, imsiki, imsiku. All right, so the next one is haka. All right, haka, watch what we're doing. We're adding the same here. So far, same. Okay? All right, so far looks the same as far as this goes with the fatha, with the hamza underneath it and kasra, and the sukoon. All right, so now we're going to say, there's the kasra. See it under there? Now, because you have a kasra, this weak letter means it's just simply, it'll change. Depending on what the rule is, it'll change. So it has now changed from an alif maksura, which is a sound, haka, to a ya. And that happened because of this kasra. Okay? So, ihki. Ihki means speak. Speak. Ihki. So if you want to say speak Arabic, yalla, speak Arabic. Ihki Arabi. Ihki Arabi. So here, ihki for a guy. Even though it's a guy, because this is already here, it's for a guy. And the same for the girl in this instance. So ihki is for a guy or a girl. Ihki, ihki. No difference. But however, this ooh is going to take this ya, which is also a weak letter, and it's going to dump it, and it becomes ihku, like this. All right? Ihku. So, ihku. Ihki, ihki, ihku. ihku عربي يا شباب. أو احكي عربي يا طلاب. So, speak. That's the plural command. All right, so now we know any verb, it doesn't matter what it is, if it has this al-maksura, it's going to change into, and it takes kasra, it's going to take the ya there. Okay? So, now we have, these two are kasras. So we know those take kasras. Okay? Now, the next one, the next two, will be fathas. Okay, they will take fatha. Here's how it'll go. All right, so fatah means he opened. So if we say he opened the door, you would say fatah al-bab, fatah al-bab. So this is how you'd say it. Well, write it. Fatah. Okay, now, so how does it go? Oop, That's a terrible ha. Let's try that again. All right. Okay. So, iftah. Iftah. Notice what's happening. What is happening that's changed from here to here is that this middle letter, the middle letter from that root, has now taken not a kesra, but a fatha. And every time, fatah, you cannot say, you can't say iftih. It's always iftah, iftah. So iftah is the command for open, open. Iftah, iftahi, iftahu. Notice again, and this is the last time I'm going to write it, because you should now be getting it. For the girl, takes ya. For the plural, it takes wow and ya, oo. So u. Iftah, iftahi, iftahu. Open. So we're going to say open. Well, I tell you what, why don't you practice this at home. Say this. Let's do open the door. So you want to tell somebody to open the door. Iftah, it's a guy. Iftah al-bab. Iftah al-bab. Iftahi al-bab. Iftahu al-bab. Let's say it's a window. Iftah al-shababik. Or excuse me, that's windows. Iftah al-shubbak. Iftah al-shubbak. Iftahi al-shubbak. Iftahu al-shubbak. So, that is the command for verbs that will take all consonants, that will take this fatha. Now you have some verbs like nisi and bi'i, or yani, in fusha baqiya or bi'i, okay, that will take fatha. So what happens is it's going to be, for a guy, you will say, this one's nisi means he forgot. So many times we'll say, forget it. You know, like you say in English, forget it. We'll say, insa al-mawdu'. Insa al-mawdu'. All right, so let's go look at it here. Insa, by the way, this one fatha, this one nisi. Like this, nisi. Okay. Also, let me put this one for you. Haka. Okay. Now, so this one would be in. Sa. Insa. Insa. And now this is alif maksura, so it makes that kind of sound. Insa. Now, so that is the masculine. Insa. Insa al-mawdu'. Forget the subject. Forget it. Yani insa. Insa. For a girl, though, you're going to have to add that yeah. So it's insi. Insi. And then for plural, insu. Insa, insi, insu. That's how you have it here in the first form for weak letter yas that take the fatha. Okay? So, let's move on to the next one. The next one, ketab and hat. Now, I'm going to look at just ketab, okay, right now, and we'll get to hat in a minute. But ketab, all right, ketab is ka, alif, ta, ba. Most students of Arabic know what this word means. It simply means he wrote. Ketab, he wrote. So now we're going to say write, all right? Write the sentence, or write the word. Uktub al-kilmi. So uktub, it takes damme. So it's going to be like this. Uktub. Uktub. For a guy, uktub. For a girl, of course, we add the ya. And plural, the wow. All right, and alif. So here we go. Uktub. Uktubi. Uktubu. Uktub, uktubi, uktubu. All right, so that is with any verbs who will take that will take the damme. Words like hit, darab, udrub, that will take that. You know what? There's some people say ik, yani. let me just correct that because I said it right, but I wrote it wrong. All right, you have to on this one. This is something you need to know. On this one, the damme. Just think of it. Damme is like a heavy sound. Duh, damme. So damme is like a strong weak letter. Not a strong weak letter. A strong what do you call it? What do you call these things? Harake or whatever. Harake. All right. So this one here, it's gonna dominate. It's gonna dominate, and instead of taking kasra down here, iktub, it's gonna be uktub. Uktub. So uktub, uktubi, uktubu, udrub, udrubi, udrubu, like that. Uhkum, uhkami, uhkumu. So that's how it's gonna sound. All right. That's with the damme. All right. Now, the last one is hat. Hat just happens to take damme. However, these verbs, like this, can take, it depends. Like, for example, red is rud, keb, kib, some people say kib, some people say kub. But mostly, these will take damme, but there's many that will take, like, heb, he loved, hib, love, hib. All right, so love, hib. But this one's hat, okay? So it goes like this, hat with a heavy H and heavy ta, like ta. So you say, on this one, you do not put an elif in the front. It simply is like this. Very simple. Sorry. Hot. Best. That's it. Hot. Okay? So, you would say here, hot, hotti, hottu. Hot, hotti, hottu. Put it. Like I said, put it, place it, or put it. Okay? Hot, hotti, hottu. Now, we've covered the command form for all of any Form 1 verbs. Basically, what you've just done now, in 10 minutes, I imagine this lesson is, 10 minutes or so, you have now covered over 50% of all verbs used, and you now know how to say these verbs in the command form. All you need is practice. If you want to really get serious about it, pick up a copy of my 101 Most Used Verbs in Spoken Arabic, Jordan and Palestine, on Amazon.com. You can click at the link on the bottom of this video, and we also have it available in the UK or worldwide through Jamalon.com. Jamalon.com is spelled JAMLON.com. They're like an Amazon for books in the Middle East, but they go worldwide. But if you're in the States and UK, go through Amazon, and that'll be easier for you. Thanks a lot, and we hope to see you now again for another lesson. Thanks. Bye.